Good morning, everybody. Danny Wanda back from Pecan Grove. I came up here to look at the tomatoes and I saw the corn and I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, just 2 days ago, it's done. I mean, guys, this is blowing my mind. The heat, the humidity, the rain, everything. It's like the corn is on steroids, you know? I mean, yeah, I dumped the fertilizer to it this year. They's probably, these rows are 300 feet long, and I forgot how many there was wide, 10 or 11 of them wide. I think totally all together I put over 600 pounds of fertilizer on this. And I think my daddy'd be proud of me, you know? I know he would if he could see the corn. And who knows, he may be looking down and seeing it, I don't know. But I was fixing to do a walkthrough because I do this every day. And what this does is this tells me if I have a predator problem. And when I walk through, I look for little stalks that are just not going to do anything, and I get them out because there's no sense in leaving that stuff in there, you know. In the previous video, we talked about the color of the tops of the tassels, and we talked about the silks. We were noticing that the ones that had the red tops on them up there, the corn silks were red too. But now I'm noticing this morning, these down here are different. Look at the one you're looking at now. You've got red silks, and you got clear, kind of blondish color. So what that means is, I think what that's going to tell me is we're going to end up with a speckledy colored corn. It's going to be all different colors. Now, something I'm looking at, I go through here and I just look for things. And I get to right here, and when I see this right here, I'm like, that's already turning brown.
It's a nice size ear.
That's a good little ear right there. You know, here's another one done turning brown over here. One here. This one's done turning brown, drying on it there.
So we're going to be doing corn next week?
Oh, I don't know. We'll have to keep looking and see if that's just something unusual or what. Then you get down here and you look way up yonder. What do you think that is? 14 foot?
At least.
I can reach 8. The ears are at 8 foot. And it's another
4 foot at least.
It's probably 5 foot. Another 5 foot above that. Oh my goodness. And this is the low end of the field. This is not even the high end. Look at this one.
3 ears.
2, 3 ears on that one. Oh my goodness. Oh, I want to mention something. I get asked this quite often. It's like, Mr. Danny, when my corn blows down, will it stand back up? I purposely did not take out some of these stalks that fell down. This one was laying all the way out in the row out here. It has picked back up and standing up. It's not perfect, but it is standing up.
And it has 2 ears.
It has 2 ears on it. And I actually see some out in yonder that blew down. I left them. They have done turned. Oh, look at this here, Wanda.
Are we going to have corn?
Hey.
Look at this one starting to turn. And look how big.
Look at the size of that.
That is awesome.
It's full all the way to the end right there. All the way up to there.
Well, we got to leave it another day or two. That one's starting to turn. I'm telling you, we're going to have corn before you think about it.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Look at this. 1, 2, 3.
A lot of them have 3.
I have never had that with my Danny corn.
Look how big this one is.
Look at the size of that thing. And you know what else? The tip of my finger, it goes all the way to right here. So we're talking about corn that's like that long. That's like
12, 14 inches?
14 inches. A cubit's supposed to be 16 inches from the tip of your finger to your elbow, but my arm's longer than most people's. Mine's 18 inches. So that's probably 14 to 15 inches. And when I come down through here, see, here's a There's no sense in leaving that. It's not going to ever do anything. It's that tall.
But there's no ears.
Completely useless. You know? Like my daddy always said, son, if your corn ain't 10, 11 feet tall, pull it up. That man grew corn and he knew how. And I guess he passed the gene on to me, right? Maybe. What I am noticing this year, though, that I have not noticed in the years past, and I think it's because of the moisture, is this year we're getting a lot of this smut stuff here. Now, in Mexico, when that stuff's young, it's a delicacy. I ain't eating it, but they do. Guys, I want you to look at this. Look at here. Look at that on my hand. I got big old hand. Look at that. Won't even reach around it. And it ain't even ready yet. It's still growing. I'm totally shocked at this corn this year. Now you get down here, almost all of it is, you know, way on up yonder. I don't know, 10, 12, 14. We got one right here. I'm not worried about the fact that the tassel got twisted up right there, because the pollen from the other ones will pollinate this one. I'm seeing something I've never seen before. The smut is coming out in the tassels. I've never seen that. I'm curious about that. That's interesting. Now we got one stalk here that it was originally blowed over, and it was trying to stand back up, but it's not going to, so it's going to go feed the cows. All right, guys, we came down here to the Iroquois corn, and look at that. It's got the little short, big ears on it. Look at this one here. Almost looks like sweet corn, don't it? Mm-hmm. Look at that. Top
soon.
It's drying. And mash the top of it. Not in the milk stage yet. So probably when we do our next video, we'll be harvesting some of this. You know, and oh, look at that.
Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing on that stalk. Why leave it?
Look how tall.
I mean, Wanda, how tall is that?
I don't know.
I can reach 8.
14 to 16 foot, I guess.
There's as much up there as there are down here.
Just about.
That's almost 16 feet tall. My word. I mean, look. You could just get lost in here. Man, God is so good. He has just been so good to us this year. We didn't think we was going to have anything down here. And now here, I'm going to show you again. Here's some stalks right here. They blowed down, or fell down. I don't remember whichever one it was. I purposely didn't pull them up. I left them so y'all could see them curling and standing back up.
But look at the brace roots. All on one side, still.
They're reaching to that ground right there. They're wanting,
you see?
Yeah.
All the way up to there.
Yeah.
That is really weird.
Yeah, they're Cadillacing, Angela. Actually, there's a couple of them here. I left these. I almost pulled them up the other day, and I said, no, when we do a video, I'm going to show this. These had gotten laid down, and they have done pulled back up. I didn't stand them up. They just got pulled up. There's another one here. Look how it is.
And this whole side is kind of wimpy because of the trees.
Yeah, you got the trees over here, and this is to be expected. Now here is a couple more of them that was leaned over that I purposely left there so you could see kind of what starts happening.
Look at this one. Now what caused that?
That looks like a flower, don't it?
It does, but why? Leave it.
I'm gonna leave it. I've never seen that before, so I don't know.
And look at the smutty the stuff is just everywhere because of the rain we've had, I guess.
I guess it's all because of the rain. Now the grass will eventually get pretty deep in here, which is not going to hurt the corn. And here was another one right here that blew down right here, or fell over. It didn't blow down, it fell over. And I left it to see, you know, to do the video for.
And the sweet potatoes are looking pretty good. They're starting to run.
They're actually doing pretty good. And the thing, you know what's, there again, I'm the kind of person that looks at stuff, you know. Probably 90% of everything down through this row right here is growing to the woods. It's not growing into the cornfield. When I come through with the lawnmower, you can see my tracks where I come through with the lawnmower. I mowed the ends off of them out across here because they're all growing this way. Now, that one I did not expect.
No, you would have thought it would have grown toward fertilizer.
To the sunshine.
Well, sunshine and fertilizer.
But it's not. It's coming to the shade and the trees. Look at, I mean, every one of them going right straight in this direction right here. Now, that, like I said, probably about 90% of them. There's a few that's trying to grow in that direction. I don't understand it. I don't know why. Look at that. That's a peanut.
Look what he found.
Look at there. You know what that is, guys? That is a jungle peanut left over from last year.
So we got to be careful what we find in this thing. There's a sweet potato over there left from last year.
Yep, there's some sweet potatoes.
And my squash that I planted are finally doing something.
Got the few squashes. Oh my goodness. It's hot out here, guys. It's really hot.
It's the humidity.
The humidity is crazy. Now, we showed you the corn. We have both the Iroquois and the Danny corn are together. Now, about 99% of it's Danny corn. We'll find a stalk every now and then that's one of the Iroquois, and you can tell the difference. We will be harvesting it in stages for what we want to eat fresh. Now, we're going to put up some of it fresh, but the majority of this, if the Lord allows, will be left to dry and to make corn feed out of it, or not corn feed, but cattle feed, and we'll probably grind some more cornmeal, you know, out of it. So I think y'all will, I think you're going to enjoy the journey if you just kind of stick with us. You'll kind of see what it's like to harvest in stages rather than, you know, there's nothing I could do about it. You know, we planted it, some of it came up, some of it didn't, and then weeks later it was so dry, it rained a little bit, more of it come up, and then later on more of it come up. So, and when if you go back and watch the videos of me plowing it, I told you I covered up a ton of it, and I figured what I covered up would have never have made it anyway to catch up with the other. So I was like, well, what we got left will probably be close enough together that we'll be able to get it all harvested probably within a month of each other. So, all right, I got to go through here and pick up what I got pulled up. I got them piled in piles around the garden. Get this to the cows. And I got to get a few tomatoes right here and go get some lunch. Hi. I know you're taking a nap, but get them, bad dog. Sean's bagging up.
We'll have our third baby soon.
Yep, I see her bag starting to form. The back half of it anyway. She's swelling up on the back.
Maybe within a week.
Maybe next week or so, yeah. But, look at that. You know, so I guess if somebody brought me my food and laid it in my lap every day, I guess I'd probably be like that too.